CSS battle time. Let's see. We have balls on a pedestal, but one's inverted. That's a long title. Alright, I'll put in the description how things go, of course, and not gonna lie, I'm leaning towards gradients on this. Okay, look at this. We have the same shape repeating. Now, the downside is, you know, if I do like a conic gradient, I can't get it to shift up and then back down. I haven't figured that one out yet. But what we could do is maybe have the HTML be these gradients, you know, repeating here. I'd have to wrap it in a border or something to do it that way. I might just put it in the body just because if I do the HTML, I have to give it a border so I can collapse things down because of how tight these are going to repeat. It would show up here as well. So HTML, maybe the body and then a paragraph tag. That'll be less than writing a whole border. So let's say the background repeating 3 across and then a paragraph tag just sitting in the middle and scale -1 to flip it over. That's my plan. So let's hit star, and we can do I think what I might do is instead of hitting star, I'll hit star plus star. That way we just select the body, because the body and HTML are in the DOM, and so if I do this one, I can select just the HTML. But I don't really want to do that. I want to select just the body, but I don't want to type out all body. I think this should do it just fine. So we're going to do background. Let's start with the radial gradient because that's the easiest one. We're going to hit 1Q. It's kind of a shorthand for doing a circle. We're going to do this. We're going to say 50 pixels to start. It's probably a bit small, but then we're going to go like that. And we aren't getting anything, even though we should right now, so this selector is not right. Star descendant, star Y, background, there we go. Okay, let's see if this indeed was working. Okay, all right. And we are going to, maybe that is the right size. Now we're going to do a @ rule here. To move the circle, I'm going to say 50%. I do want it to be in the middle, and we're going to move it up to the height that we need of, let's say 50. I'm going to move it down 100. Too far down. 80, 75, you think? I think 75. No, 85. That looks like about right. Now let's set the background. That's position. Let's just put a 0 in to fill that in, and then the repeat value. Okay, so we're going to need a little bit more space than that in between. This is how often it repeats on the x-axis. Oh, maybe 100s, 110s, probably about right. That doesn't change anything, so then we'll have to shift it over to get this lined up right. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that works. And because we are selecting the body, what we can do is we can now margin this down, I believe. Oh, we're not putting a background on the HTML though. So this is always going to bubble up. Okay, it's going to bubble up and give us issues because of that. So just something that happens with CSS battles, because if I did 20, yeah, 20 there, should be changing it, but it doesn't. I got to put a border on it anyways. Let's just put this on the HTML, keep things simple, and just use a border to shrink things. I wonder what that is. Let's see. Let's use our slide here. 40 pixels. Okay, so 40 pixels solid. And it's going to be gray. Oh, it's different on the top and bottom. All right, we can use margin to fix that. course, everything's changing now. I think we can just decrease this by 40. All right, and okay, and then our, yeah, okay, we can get away with 30 there. But then we have to change this again. 5 and 55. Okay, I like it. We have a little bit of leakage on these sides here, but otherwise, you see over here, everything's looking good. So, I might have to do margin anyways. All right, I'm gonna do 40, and then we're gonna margin it. We'll fix these things again. 45, and margin -10 and 0. Now why are we getting artifacts down here? Oh, I know why. We're back to -5 there. Okay. Yeah, something on my screen. Okay. We're back to looking good now. Okay. So, that's the HTML. We have our body, our border set. Now we can do a conic gradient on this as well. Let's see, do I want the conic gradient? I'll put it on top. This is the easiest way to get the gray to expand out for the radial gradient. So the conic gradient will be yellow and then transparent. We're going to start by, of course, saying conic gradient. And there's a process to getting these right. I feel like I'm getting better at it. Now, I just said that. I'm probably going to end up doing this wrong. But I'm going to say this to 75%, and then we're going to do our yellow color to 0. Not 0. Yeah, 0. So we're not seeing it right now because I put it on the wrong side. It's supposed to be on top of the radial gradient. There we go. All right, so what we're going to do now is use our @ rule to set the size and shape of what that yellow quarter looks like, and then we can position it and repeat it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. It's going to be a little tricky to get right, so we're gonna say it's 100 pixels. Yeah, well, that's right. And then like 120 pixels. That looks a little short. Let's use our slide to compare. Let's hit shift. What are we at right here? We're at 115 and 265. It's 150, right? So let's say 150. All right. We're going to find out. So this @ rule for the conic gradient, think of it as this is what our image is going to be. And then we can use our background position thing to move that image around the screen. So we won't get weird repeat or things like that. We have to do 0 and 0 that way. Wait, that's our position. I need to position it. Actually, I need these to be set, and then we will do the slash and do the repeat. So we're going to be, let's start at 0 on the left to right, and then 100. 2. No, that's weird. Sorry, 150. Okay, I need to turn off the diff. I don't know what's happening. It's looping through. Okay. 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, we're almost there. Turn on the diff. 85? It's going to be 85, I think. Yeah, 85. All right. Now let's hit our slash and then set the repeat. And I bet it's going to be the same as this one, 110 pixels. Yep. All right. And now, of course, this one in the middle doesn't look right. But we add a paragraph tag, it should have all of these styles there. We are going to margin it 0, and we're going to have to do margin on the left and right sides. We're going to give it a height. So we want it to be 100%, right? Let's look at our diff. It's going to be full width right now. Let's say 50. Let's give it an outline so we can see where it is. I was hoping that the background would match, so when we invert it, it's just going to be lined up properly. 2 pixels solid. Okay, there it is. All right, good. It does match actually. Seems a little bit smaller, right? You see where that outline is hitting? That doesn't seem like full height. Okay, that's okay. We can do a solid number, and since it's only 3 digits, it's actually going to be less than yeah, what it would be. I'm not sure why we have this little bit. I feel like it should be sucked up to the top of the body. Oh, you know why? The body has padding on it. And I don't need a paragraph tag because we had to go to the HTML and I'm just confused. So let's just select the body now. There we go. Much better. Let's not give it any height. I don't know why it's extending beyond those things. Because of... Interesting. I think that has to do with this. Is that going to give me more problems or less? Our border's not causing a problem there. Curious. Okay. All right. It's fine because I can give it some top and bottom margin. Actually, I don't think I need to. If we're looking at this right, let's just margin this down. 100. Good enough. Okay. I don't think I actually need to get too worried about getting the sizing right. Scale, -1. And that changed nothing because the body has a transparent background. Oh, the body does. That's why the body wasn't looking weird. I never applied the background to it. Okay, there we are. There we are. Okay, so 2 things I gotta fix. Oops. 5ch, right? So we have a border here, and I could erase it with font. I might just put it in its own selector. I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's just hide it in its own selector. So select the HTML like we had before, and then close that, and we have that. Okay. Now, let's see what we can do with this body. 110. Ooh, 111. 10. Let's see. Is it right? Oops. There's a lot of artifacts going on with this, but let's just see what if it takes it. It took it. It's happy. Don't question it. Just never question it. Okay. Well, that worked. It's messy. It's a little messy. This doesn't feel great to me. Let's take some of the low-hanging fruit for adjusting. 100 would be like 33%. No, it's 25%. That is not 25%. It's 25 VW. And then 150 is 50 VH. So that's good. Those are easy enough. If I could have done percentages there, it would have been better. 110 pixels, 85 pixels. These sometimes get finicky. My mouse is doing some odd things right now. Okay, let's turn on the diff. Let's see if we can drop this into Q. 88, 89, 90. Hit submit. Let's see if it accepts it, and then move to the next one. For the most part, it doesn't like it. All right, let's try 91. No, that looks worse. 89. That also looks bad. I think I might have to leave it at pixels. Gradients especially tend to be real finicky. All right. 85 pixels. Let's leave it there. 55 pixels. Do I want 50%? Yeah, I do. And then 55 is not really divisible by anything. 50, sometimes you can do 53 Q, and it'll take it, and sometimes you can't. All you can do is try. I'm not sure what 110 will be. We can try with that one too. I guess I should. While I'm here, I don't think I'm gonna win any prizes on this thing, so I'm not gonna stress too much about it. Yeah, 99.8. Let's just put it back. It's okay. It's okay. I still haven't set up that tool to save me on things. 5 pixels. Do I need that? I do need that. That doesn't really reduce. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it there. I think I've spent enough time on this. Cool. Well, more gradients. You know how I like my gradients. That was fun. If you ever have questions about how these things work or something doesn't make sense, I'm happy to answer them. I had to learn from, helpful people who are doing these too, and yeah, it's kind of it's fun to be able to run a gradient how you want. I like it, so happy to share. All right. Hope you're having fun with this. Curious if just doing box shadows was the easier way. And I will catch you later.